Welcome everybody, and thank you for joining me this morning for our gentle flow and restore practice. So when you're ready, just coming to lie on your mat to begin with, coming to this Shavasana to arrive and welcome to a place of ease and comfort. So let your legs relax, maybe they're slightly elevated or maybe your legs are up a wall. Just take this moment to, maybe if you can, let the eyes close and aware of where you're at this moment, where you are in your surroundings, maybe in a room, maybe outdoors, and just aware of what's surrounding you at the moment. Good. So really starting to soften the eyes, turning your attention inwards, so we can start to really observe in our bodies. And may we use this practice today for being more present for ourselves. Good. So welcome Holly, I know you've just arrived, so we're just coming to start in a lying down position. So make yourself comfortable, your legs relaxed over a cushion maybe, grabbing whatever things you need, cushions, blankets, and just coming in to observe the body, the breath. Observe where the breathing may feel blocked, or where it may move freely in this moment. And invite your breathing into every peripheral part, one point into the body. And as you observe here, just noticing any aspects of this experience, perhaps fear, sadness, or doubt. And these things that may seem unchangeable presences in the body at the moment. Sometimes they seem as if they're ingrained. But hopefully we begin to learn that they're just coping mechanisms in our lives at the moment. And these tendencies are not here to stay. So may we use this practice today to see them and shift them. Noticing any reactions as we observe today. So as we take a few more moments here, breathing, noticing the fluctuations of the mind. Notice those thoughts. Those thoughts of what we say, maybe things like I'm sad. And noticing that this is a way of naming your whole being with this label. And if we can use this practice to see things differently. Allowing those states to pass through the body. Different states, like different weather patterns, passing through. So with those movements of thoughts, emotions, notice the movement of the breath. Again, where it may feel blocked or where it may feel flowing a little bit more with ease. And again, let that breath expand into every part of your body. We're going to take together 3 big breaths. So on the inhale, really feel that breath drawing up through the feet, from the earth, all the way up through the spine, up to the crown of the head. And then allow the mouth to open wide as you exhale fully and expel all the air from the body. And again, the inhale travels up from the feet, from the earth, all the way up through the spine, up to the crown of the head. And then open the mouth wide as you fully release, trying to almost deflate all of the air out of the body, allowing you now space to take again that full deep breath in, all the way up to the crown of the head, and then open the mouth wide as you exhale fully. Well done. Allow the breath to just flow naturally, but not forgetting about it, always paying attention to the breath. So as you continue to breathe, allow the arms to very slowly reach up over the head. Take a hold of each elbow and just take a nice deep breath in here. And then exhale, just open the palms out nice and wide and roll out your shoulders, wiggle out the fingers and toes a little bit. Even circle out your ankles and wrists, maybe even noticing any clicky bits of the joints. And for those of you that are maybe seated, then we'll come to lie down. So everybody hopefully will be lying down now. And if you do have a blanket beneath your knees, you might want to just move that blanket away for a moment. We take a lovely big side body stretch in our lying down position. So you're going to take your arms up over your head and then take a deep breath in. And then exhale, reach the arms back and behind. So keep them nice extended behind you. We're just going to bring the soles of the feet to the floor and lift your hips and shift your bottom over to the right side. So you plant your bottom over to the right hand side of your mat and then extend the legs away again. So from here, you're going to take a hold of your right wrist with your left thumb and middle finger. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, side stretch all the way over to that left hand corner of your mat. And then stack the right heel, right ankle over the left ankle and try and ease your legs over to the left corner of your mat. So you're creating this banana shape with your body. And you should feel that that whole right side of your body begins to stretch. Notice if your hips come off the floor. So try and keep... You, Gillian, yeah, try and ground the right hip down. That's better, great. And it's just that whole side body that's getting the stretch. So rather than the hips coming off the floor, you want to feel pretty rooted down through both buttocks, side body opening. So let's take 2 deep breaths here. Maybe the left cheek is towards the left shoulder. Or maybe you're just gazing over to the right side. Let's take 1 more deep breath. And out. Good. And then slowly returning the arms and the legs to center. Bring the soles of the feet to the floor. And then shift your hips now over to the left-hand side of your mat. Reach the arms back and behind. We'll take a hold of the left wrist with the right thumb and middle finger. Reach the legs away and stack the left ankle over the right. And then slowly reaching the arms over to the right side as you come into this banana shape on the other side. So you want to now feel the whole left side of your body gently stretching, but again grounding down through that left hip, both butt cheeks grounded down there. Yeah, perfect. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lovely, ladies. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Slowly release the arms. Bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Shift your hips back to the center of your mat. And then begin to hug both knees to your chest. Give yourself a big hug and a squeeze. And rocking on your back from side to side there. Good. And then just going to grab your bolster or your cushion, whatever you've got at home. If it's a pillow from your bed, make sure it's like firm enough. And you're going to bring that underneath the knees. So you want it to be, mine's not too firm, but you want it to be, if you've got a pillow, it's not going to just collapse. So wrap the pillow up maybe with something like a blanket so it's firm enough for you. And you're going to keep the cushion snug beneath your knees. You're going to walk your spine down nice and slowly so you're coming to lie onto your back. And settle down, wiggle the shoulders, wiggle the hips for a moment. We're going to run the arms alongside our body, shoulders relaxed. Grounding down through your feet and just feel the earth beneath your feet there. Noticing the fabric, the mat beneath your toes, your fingertips. Taking a deep breath in. And then exhale. We're going to take a few little rolls through the hips here and the pelvis. You can just tune into the pelvic tilt movement. So we're going to take a breath in and start to really arch your spine, so exaggerate that arch into your spine here. And then as you exhale, hug the abdominals in and almost feel as though you're kind of flattening your back into the mat. And again, you inhale, create the arch into your spine. And then exhale, lengthen through your whole back and feel the pelvis tilt and your pubic bone draw towards your face. And again, inhale, find the arch. And then exhale, drawing the abdominals in, long spine. Let's take one more. So breathe in to find the arch. And then exhale, draw the abdominals in. Feel the pubic bone draw towards the face. Keep that contraction of your core. Press into the hands and feet. And then we're going to inhale, lift the hips to the sky. So you think about this long line of your spine, tailbone reaching towards the backs of the knees and the fronts of the hips nice and open and lifted. So press into the big toe joints to keep the knees stable. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. And then see if you can reach your cushion or your bolster with your fingertips. You're going to slowly roll the bolster towards your lower back. And if you need to, just ease the feet in a little closer, maybe even rise up onto your tiptoes and ease the bolster to come to meet your lower back at the sacrum. You want to then settle your back down and you want to feel as though the fleshy part of the buttocks just sort of creeps off the edge of your bolster there. And feeling as though almost that your spine slots into place on there. If it's quite uncomfortable, then it might be a case of moving it a little lower or higher. So I'll just come in and check in for you. It also depends on our bodies. Sometimes a bolster this size might be too much for someone. So if you need to just take it lower, you could just roll up a blanket rather than a pillow. So I'll let you now just settle your shoulders down, soles of the feet to the floor. Good. And then let the eyes close, making sure that the bolster is now fully supporting you. And coming back to that breath, noticing where there's any blockages or anything, or noticing where it may feel quite smooth and free, that breath. So direct the breath into every part of the body. Round the shoulders down. Come in and check on you all. And making sure that the hips can feel completely supported by your bolster. Good. And it may take a little bit of time. Sometimes you're there for a minute or so and it starts to feel like, okay, this isn't actually quite right, it's not quite comfortable. So you're very welcome to make those little changes if you need to. Yeah. So Cheryl, yeah, your bolster's quite a big bolster, but can't quite see from this position, but you might want to, yeah, that's better. It looked like it needs to come up a little bit. Perfect. So this is the beauty of this kind of restorative practice. It gives us these tools to actually really go into this self-inquiry and listen to what the body's telling us. And it can, like I said, take a little bit of time when you're in a posture to start to listen in and realize, okay, I need to just move my foot a little, or move my hand, or shift my hips a little to one side, and it just can make a whole big difference to being comfortable. So just a few more moments settling here. There should be no effort involved now. Completely effortless. No muscular contraction, nothing there that needs to be done. But just that attention on your breathing. Right now we have this access, this amazing tool of our breath that can really help shift our mood, ease us from anxiety and stress. Just, it's there for us to tap into. So really feel that breath, almost taste that breath with every deep breath you take. As you exhale, try and feel the brow soften a little bit, the jaw release a little bit. The tongue resting lightly in the mouth. Totally effortless. Now, some of you may feel that this is enough for you today and you'd like to stay here a little bit longer, or you might like to come down. For those of you that would like to just go a little bit further, we'll take ourselves into a restorative version of a shoulder stand. So making sure that your hips are fully supported there, your lower back supported. You're going to draw one knee towards your chest and then lightly the other knee. Keeping the hips grounded, so you might notice that you're sort of tilting your pelvis a little bit towards you. So tip the pelvis away and then extend your legs to the sky. So have a little wiggle or whatever you need to do to encourage the legs to now elevate up. There might be a little bend, that's fine, but if you've got your legs straight, think about stacking hip, knees and ankles in one straight line. You can almost imagine you've got like a heavy book or something just balancing on the soles of your feet there. So you're really rooting down through those big femur bones in the legs, but extending up through the heels. Feet are flexed so you can support that heavy book or that block on your legs, on your feet rather. And we'll take a few more moments here. Option to have the hands resting beside, or sometimes I like to interlace my fingers, bring the palms around the base of the skull, and I create this little pillow for my head. And then you've got lots of space to breathe into the chest. Maybe you feel a little wobble or a little shake in the legs. You start to really feel that circulation of blood. Allowing the heart to rest a little bit now, so it doesn't have to work so hard to pump the blood towards the feet. Good. Take a few more breaths, really tasting that breath, swallowing that breath. Softening the brow, softening the jaw. Good. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. This pose may feel a little bit more active as you have to hold the legs up with a bit of strength. Good. One more deep breath in and out. Slowly ease the knees to your chest if your legs are lifted. Release your hands from beneath the head and let your hands rest beside you. Gently easing one foot down and then the other, and connect the feet to the floor. Feel the floor, feel the fabric of the mat or the ground beneath you, and breathe. And breathe out. Good. We're going to engage the core, scoop the belly in, and then roll the hips to the sky. With a gentle squeeze of the buttocks, so it helps you to open and lift the front of the hips without any compression at the lower back. You might want to roll up on the tiptoes again to ease the bolster away from you towards your feet. Try to now very slowly lower upper back, mid back, tuck the tummy in so you can feel the whole back release down, bone by bone, nice and slow. Once you reach the mat, you can let your knees rest on the bolster, knees open to the side, soles of the feet touch, palms to the tummy. Take a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Good. We're going to bring the feet to the bolster and gently roll over to one side. Gently come up to seated, nice and slow. Well done. And we're going to take our final restorative resting pose. So if you were with me last week, we took lots of props for this. So we're going to have a bolster at the top end of our mat. We're going to have a cushion or a block. And if any of you do need to shoot off, thank you so much for coming. But right now, if you've got a minute to just come into this final resting pose, please do. So you're going to have your bolster with, I personally like to put a block and cushions underneath, so it really gives the spine, it makes the spine a little bit more upright. I'm going to take that one a bit higher. You're then going to have a bolster if you want to. You can place it underneath your knees. And then the last thing you need, grabbing every cushion I can find, some cushions for your elbows and your arms. So you're going to feel like, hello. See a little baby come up to the screen. Hello. Little blue eyes. Good. So we're going to end up with our seat at the end of the bolster. Hopefully if you've got enough of props, obviously if you don't have enough there, you don't need to use it all. Main thing is that your back's got some support. Roll your spine down nice and slowly. Make sure your head is supported. So if you need an extra cushion, you could actually pop one under the head there. Knees open like a book, soles of the feet to touch. And then you can use your cushions here. This is what makes it super cozy, is supporting your elbows, supporting the backs of the wrists there. And allowing this opening into the front body that we all need a little bit more of right now. So this is kind of like a version of a fish pose where you've got this lovely chest opener. So encourage the shoulders down, melting down, elbows supported, wrists supported. Option to have the knees open, or you can have your legs extended. And when you're ready, settle in. Find your resting pose. And let's just close the eyes. Again, making any little adjustments if you need to, you're very welcome to do that. Just scan through your body, right from the soles of the feet, up through the legs, the knees, to the hips, up through the front of the body, the chest, the heart, scanning up through the fronts of the shoulders, right to the fingertips, up through the front of the throat, scanning across the top and over the front of the face to the crown of the head. And then taking a deep inhale again, that breath follows all the way up from the feet to the crown of the head. And then open the mouth wide as you exhale. And allow yourself to breathe naturally. Feeding that gentle ebb and flow of your breath. Again, effortlessly lying here. That all we have to focus on is this breath, this present moment. Allowing you to be truly present in your body. Let the eyes feel heavy, as if sinking into the face. Let the cheeks soften, and the lips soften. Good. You may be aware of different sensations in the body, areas that may feel heavy, areas that may feel light in the body. Any warmth you may notice. Maybe the touch of the sun on the skin. Any coolness you may notice. But just let that rhythm of your breath pulse through the body. With no force, no gripping, and effortless. We'll just take a few more moments here. Noticing any changes in the body. Changes in thoughts, expectations or emotions. Good. And let the breath again really fill up through your whole body. A deep breath in. And open the mouth wide with a long breath out. Good. Again, a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Just noticing those sounds around you. Noticing any smells, colours, brightness. Good. And the touch of the mat beneath you. So just starting to lightly ease into some movements in the body, maybe the wrists, maybe the fingers, the toes. And let your arms lightly reach up over the head. Take a nice stretch, as if it was that first stretch of the day. Breathing in. Good. And breathing out nice and slowly. When you're ready, you're going to ease your knees to your chest, hugging your knees in. And then squeeze your knees, hug your knees in nice and slow. Well done, everybody. Give yourself a nice big hug. Good.